We're here in Macomb County. Trump supporters in 2016 helped him carry the state of Michigan, which is normally Democrat, and they think they can help Republicans again.
Election.
Brian Pannebecker has worked at this Ford axle plant for 21 years, and he's proud of being a member of the United Auto Workers Union, and he's proud of the U.S. president.
Union workers love what Donald Trump is doing, and I don't care whether it's the auto workers in the UAW or the mine workers or the steel workers. Blue-collar workers love what Donald Trump is doing because he's sticking up for the American workers.
Most union workers in this county are traditionally Democrats, but enough of them voted for Trump in 2016 to turn the state of Michigan Republican.
This is 4x8 campaigns.
Pannebecker makes no secret of his love for Trump and backs the president's get tough approach on trade and tariffs.
And it's been a long time since we've had leadership who would go toe-to-toe with our trade partners, make sure we're getting fair deals to try and keep our jobs here so that we can export our products that we build to other countries.
Steel prices going up, aluminum prices are going up. The consumer is going to pay more for a car. That could lead to job losses. What's going on?
Maybe in the short term they may have to pay more, but this is the way Donald Trump negotiates. He takes a hard bargaining position, and then he gets the other people to come to the table, make some concessions, and eventually they hammer out a deal in the end. And, you know, he's done it as a businessman. Now he's doing it as a politician, and we love him.
How long will you give him?
6 months to a year. I think before the end of his first term, Donald Trump is really going to be able to run for re-election with the results of the negotiating that he's done with our trading partners, and I think it'll be a positive. It'll help him get re-elected in 2020.
This diehard Trump supporter is on board with the U.S. president, at least for now. But you don't have to drive far in Michigan to find those who think that Trump's policies are hurting the U.S. auto industry.
Vice President
Kristen Gicek is a vice president at the Center for Automotive Research. Just back from China, she thinks Trump's tariffs are harmful.
Most of the actions that have been taken raise the price of vehicles. So the steel and aluminum tariffs we see raising the price of a vehicle $400, $500. The new NAFTA, the USMCA, does raise the cost of production as well.
And Gicek says putting tariffs on Chinese products won't create more jobs in the U.S. She says the parts will just come from somewhere else.
It's kind of a game of whack-a-mole. You make it more expensive to get it from China, so that means we'll get it from Thailand and Taiwan and India and other places. We haven't actually solved the problem of cheap imported parts to the U.S. market, or incentivized anyone to move that kind of work here.
Toot their horn, they support Donald Trump.
But auto workers like Brian support Trump with enthusiasm, believing his policies are driving the U.S. auto industry forward. Others, however, see the White House shifting the U.S. economy into reverse. So it's great being in a big car like this for a road trip, but if you really want to do a road trip right in the U.S., well, this may be a big car, but an RV is what you really need, and that's what we're going to go and see now.
So by the time we come out of here, we'll have an underbelly on.
Devin Miller knows all about the joys of RVing. He's been making them at Jayco for 34 years. He started in the loading bay and is now vice president of manufacturing.
Years ago, when I started it, we were doing a couple hundred units a week. To today, over 1,000 units a week. Knowing that each one of these is going to be somebody's pride and joy, and a lot of enjoyment in the outdoors with our products.
Elkhart, Indiana became the center of RV production, partly due to its proximity to the car-making center of Detroit and local craftsmen working with wood, plus elements of aircraft design. So one of the things I find remarkable is it's not really a car at all. It's essentially a home on wheels. Look, wood paneling like you get in a normal home. If we come over here, you can see insulation. This is where they're also putting in all the wiring. So we're going to have lighting, you can run your TV. It really is essentially all the processes used in building a modern American home goes into making an RV. And it's a lot cheaper than a home. This model costs under $20,000, though fully fledged motorhomes can set you back hundreds of thousands. China is the next big market for Jayco's parent company, Thor Industries, which is now the biggest RV maker in the world. A joint venture with Lingyu Automotive in Shanghai is giving them a foothold in a market that's forecast to be worth $150 billion. A Chinese national development plan says China's 1,000 RV campsites could double in the next couple of years. Scenic provinces like Sichuan, Yunnan and Tibet are being targeted for RVing Chinese style. But China may need to build more parking spaces. These things do need a lot of space.
It's exciting to see it growing into other areas. Just the fun of the camping experience. It's a great way to bring family together and enjoy the outdoors.
As we get back into our rather large SUV, I look jealously at all the RVs ready to go. Somehow, this car just doesn't seem big enough anymore. Nathan King, CGTN, leaving Elkhart, Indiana.